2027 will mark my 45th anniversary from college, or my 45th reunion. It is hard to believe that it was that long ago that I stepped onto a college campus, almost 50 years ago. So much has changed over those 50 years. When I went to college, orientation was held the 3 or 4 days right before the academic year started. We didn't do orientation during the summer, which now is very commonplace. Many students will go right from their high school graduation right into their orientation for college. It's an exciting time of year, but I do caution you, let's not read into too much of what you're going to see or hear during that orientation session. I remember a number of years ago being on a college campus providing entertainment during orientation. I ran into a father who was telling me that his daughter was at this school this weekend, but the following week was attending yet another orientation at another school. I was shocked. I'd never heard of people depositing at two schools at the same time. Nowadays, that's a fairly common practice. People are more than willing to give up a couple $1,000s to make sure that they get it right, that they find that institution that is going to be perfect for their child. Well, I have news for you, and it was news that I chose not to share with the parent that I ran into that year. You're not going to know as much as you think you do after an orientation on a college campus. Please keep in mind that everything is set up for success, meaning that the institution looks in pristine condition. The grounds are beautifully manicured, the residence halls are clean, everybody's on their best behavior, whether it's faculty, staff, other students, it doesn't matter. Everybody wants to make a great impression on that group of incoming students. And that group of incoming students wants to make a great impression on each other. My son went to his college orientation a number of years ago, and he hit it off with an individual, and they decided to room together. Well, I have to be honest with you, about 3 months into his academic year, first semester, he realized that this individual had some issues and it was not a great fit. They ended up separating and going off and getting different roommates. That story is not that uncommon. Keep in mind, once again, that people are on their absolute best behavior. It's so important that the institution and the staff and the faculty and orientation leaders and other students are going to make a good impression. It's vitally important for everybody. So when you go to orientation sessions, please keep that in mind. You will, again, not know as much as you think you might know when you leave the campus. You may have a wonderful experience. You may go to that school, and your experience for the next 4 years may be just as wonderful as orientation. I know that I didn't feel super comfortable during my orientation, but wound up really enjoying the institution I went to. For me, it was a good fit. I wanted a small school where I could be a big fish in a little pond, and I got exactly what I wanted. My first experience with my college roommate was certainly not the way things turned out that year. It was almost 12 hours after I arrived on campus before I ever laid eyes on him. I would go to my room and then head off to a meeting or some session that was being held. I would go back to my room and somebody had moved their stuff in, but they weren't anywhere to be found. I went and had dinner, came back, more stuff had been shifted around, still no roommate. When I finally met him, I wasn't overly excited about living with him. He was a very brash, bold individual, the antithesis of who I am. In the end, we hit it off really well and became friends. I loved having a roommate my freshman year and loved the fact that after that, I didn't have a roommate. It was an interesting school that I went to, and they had an interesting housing situation. Again, keep an open mind when you attend your college orientation. Be ready for anything and be ready to experience new things. Don't stick to the old path. Don't do what you've always done. Get out there and explore things and have a great academic year.